It's been a hot minute since I recorded, and I use the phrase hot minute very reluctantly, because I don't like to speak that way, but sometimes I do, because it's more relatable to people, and therefore helps them form a relationship with me, which is one of the challenges of being a teacher, is forming an effective relationship. And I've spoken about this a little bit in the past, where I've talked about being interested in the things that my students are interested in, even if I'm not interested in them. Yeah, that's a lot of interest to take, isn't it? What's going on here? There's a lot of cars parked on the road. But forming a relationship with a student is more than just feigning interest in what they happen to be into at that point in time. It's understanding them. It's coming down to their level and making it clear that the choices and tasks and disciplines that you're putting on them are not because you dislike them or want them to be upset, but simply because you are trying to make them better, to turn them into a person that they are going to be for the rest of their lives. And unfortunately, that task seems to be falling more and more on teachers and not so much on parents, which is upsetting. Because the reason I did so well in school and the reason I do so well now is because of my parents. My mother and father made it very clear that they supported my decisions, good decisions, and they were disappointed with the bad decisions. And I cared very much about not disappointing them. A lot of times you'll hear people say in real life or in fiction that it's somebody being mad at you is far less hurtful, detrimental than somebody being disappointed in you. And unfortunately, not many of my students feel that anymore. Their parents don't get disappointed in them. Either one, because they don't know what it is they are or are not doing with their day, or because they simply don't care. They're absentee parenting. And I only have one child. She's 3. She's almost 4. I'm not claiming to be an expert on parenting by any means, because I'm not, and I don't think I ever will be. I don't know that anybody can ever call themselves an expert on parenting, but I do know that it takes more than just being present. It takes being active. It takes being aware. You can't just have a kid and say that you're a parent. You have to be a parent in order to do what a parent does, in order to expect good results. The reason that I am the way that I am is because my parents cared enough to correct me when I was wrong, support me when I was right, and be aware of the things that were going on in my life, school and personal. And there are a lot of children today who have very loving parents that do care about them, buy them the things that they need, feed them well, but they're not aware of what's going on. They think their child is an angel all the time and everything is everybody else's fault. Or they think their child is an annoyance and they simply don't want anything to do with them. And they think that just by getting angry all the time is the best way to correct bad behavior. It's not. You have to read them stories, and you have to give them hugs, and you have to talk to them like they're a person and care about what they care about. And care about the things they don't care about. Because that's when you're really going to push somebody to be better. Have a good night.